so I'm going to sign in. As in my website here, at its public address, gbbo.steagle.co.uk, and the easiest way to sign into the site, at the bottom of the site you have the sign in link. Click the link and that will then ask you to provide email address and your password. Now I'm already signed in on this computer, so it will just go straight in and it will actually ask me for my email address. Once you as you can see there, you've now got your email address at the top, and also have your editing tools to create a page, edit a page, and also the motions button. So have a look at create page, and this gives you several page templates that you can use from. First, web page. This is just a standard blank page where you can add images, text, and gadgets to it. The instance page, that's like a mini blog where you can make a page and then add posts to that page, so it provides you like a news feed. File cabinet, that's an easy way of sharing files with visitors to your site, or you can use it as a repository for images on your site. Actually, you can make a list of any kind you like that's sortable, and there's a few templates you can choose from, and you can make your own lists. So I'll show you how to make just a simple web page first of all. The thing you need to enter is you need to add the name for the page. So I'm going to make a how to find us page. As you can see, type in the name for the page, the URL gets automatically created for you from the name that you type in. Now you might want to shorten that, so for instance find us. Change that by using the change link, and then you can just edit that down to just find us. Click on the save button, and as you can see that's now changed to find us. You can also choose where you want the page to be. So at the moment it's going to be at the top level, so that's the very top level of the site, or it's given me the option to put it as a sub-page under home, because that's where I clicked the create page button. Or alternatively, if you use the choose a different location link, you can choose a sub-page of any page on your site. For instance, you might want to make it a sub-page of About Us. For the moment, I'm just going to leave it as a top level page. Click the page button. It creates the page for you, and it automatically adds the title to the top of the page. Once it loads, you can then edit that page, some text to it. I'll refresh the page. Now I'm into using the edit page button. You can start adding text. Happy with what you've added to the page? In the top right corner you now have a save button. Click the save button and that page is now live. So you're not going to want to leave your page like that, so you can now use the edit page button, again in the top right, and that will let you go back into the editor and you can make some changes. You can see in the editor you've got various tools and the formatting tools you would normally expect to find in a simple word processor. So if you want to make some text bold, you can select the text, click on the bold button and it goes bold, or you could choose colour. With your edits, again you click save. Some of the things you can do, you can change the background colour of the text, make links, numbered lists, indent text, and write a line. Click on and you've then edited that page. So you can obviously make mistakes when you edit your pages. I'll show you how you can look at your revision history to revert the page version back. So, page button again, and this time I'm going to add some mistakes to the page. So I've now got mistakes on my page, so what we can do is we can use the revision history to look back at the previous versions of the page and change it back to how it used to be. There's two ways to access revision history. You've got the revision history link at the bottom in the footer, or also on the More Actions menu at the top. It takes you to exactly the same page. As you can see, 4 different versions of the page, version 4 being the current. You can back at version 2. See there was no bold and no red. Version 3 from the drop down list. Got the bold and red on, but no mistakes. So I want to go back to that version, so I'll use the revert this version link, and that will revert the page. If you want to compare two versions side by side, you can use the compare two versions link, and that will show you both pages at once. So after this version, as you see the yellow box at the top, it tells you that the page has been reverted to version 3. And it's no more mistakes on the page. I'll show you how you can change some of the page settings. As you can see here, it's got an attachment and a comment section. Now they're not for the public to use, they're just for yourself as a site owner or other site editors that you've invited to make comments and add attachments. So you don't want that to be there. So again, we can use the More Actions button and this to go to page settings. We can untick the boxes for allowing attachments and allowing comments. To change the page URL, so we can make this a map page and click Save. I think the attachments and comments section has now gone and the URL has changed to map. You can see it there in the browser address bar. So that's the basics of Google Sites. So now we'll show you how you can add a logo to your site. So again, you need to use the More Actions button, and this time go to Manage Site. If you're into the Site Manager, you then need to go to Site Layout. You'll find Site Appearance. To the Site Layout, in the header section, you can change Logo link to your logo. Logo site, you can use the Browse button. That may be a Choose File button depending on the browser you're using. Click on Browse or Choose File, and you change your icon. Your logo, there's my logo. It uploads, as you can see there, it's popped into the little preview window. Click OK, and most importantly, don't forget you need to click Save Changes. Once your changes have been saved, then return to your site, and as you can see there, the logo's been added. Now it brings us on to changing the theme of your site, because as you can see there, I've added the logo, and it doesn't really work with this colour scheme. So now we can change the theme of the site to make it more acceptable. So then use the More Actions button, and go to Manage Site. Once you're Manager, this time you need to go to Themes underneath Site Appearance. See, there's 56 themes here you can choose from, and you can choose any theme you like and preview it first. So for instance, if you wanted to preview the branches theme, click on the pre-link, and this shows your site would look with your content in it. As you can see, it doesn't work particularly well with my logo, so I can just close that pop-up window and go and pick another one which is more suitable. I'll try Launch Default, preview that. Not quite well, so I would Launch Default. See that it's selected, it gets highlighted in blue with a blue border around it, but it's that and apply to your site until you click Save Changes. Once changes have been saved, you can return to site, and your name is now applied to your site. You can use the themes by changing fonts and colours and background images. Again, use the More Actions button and Manage Site. Once you're in my site, you can use the Colours and Fonts section under Site Appearance. As you can see, this option box is kind of large. It's got a lot of options for you to choose from. So say for instance, if you wanted to change your page font, click on Font and your font, and as you can see there in the preview window, the font there has changed. You can use the different colours if you want to make your background in the content section, slightly different. Again, use custom and colour, and you can see that's been applied there. If you don't like it, you can choose none, it will go transparent colour, or you can go back to use theme and that will reset it back to the theme's colour. Once you're with your changes, again use Save Changes button, return. You can see there that the font has changed on the navigation menu. You may notice when you were signing up through the GBBO process that you were offered templates for your site, and if you want to apply a template to your site after you've made it, you can do, and the way to do that is you use the More Actions button again, and again to Manage Site. Site Manager, again go to Themes, and this time you can use the Browse More Themes link in the top right corner. As you can see there, there's various different templates you can choose from. Additional site template we can have a look at. And if you view the template, this then opens in a new browser window or a new tab in your browser, but it does show you with your site content in. It shows you the default template site with default content in. If you use this template, you can use the Use This Template button. But if you don't use this template, you can just close that new tab or browser window and click the little button, and then you can go and have a look at another one to look at. Again, you can view that. You can see it would look like with the default content in. I'm happy with the theme I've picked, so I'll close this tab and cancel. Apply any of the templates, you can just close the box. Get cancel, no changes will take place. And you go back to the site exactly how it was. Look at some general design advice so that you can make your site look slightly different and add different features to the site. So see, we'll have a look at how to change your site's width. At the moment, site width is set at 100%, so that means it will fill the screen on whichever computer you look at it. Now that may move things around and may not keep the design that you've spent doing on your pages. So the easiest way to do this is to change the site width to a fixed width in pixels. To do this, again use that More Actions button and go to Site. Once you Manager, this time go to Site Layout. Choose Site Layout. Change Site Layout button. At the very top, see site width. At the moment, it's set to use theme default. Leave in there a in pixels instead. If you are going for a fixed width size, please make sure that you set your site width to 1000 pixels or less, as this will then work on most people's browsers and screens. If you set it to too wide, people will get a horizontal scroll bar and will be able to see all of your site. When you have set in the site width, OK, and again use changes. Once the changes have been saved, you can then retire. The site's now slightly narrower, but that's also a fixed width. So if that was to be viewed on another computer with a different screen size, it would stay the same. Next, look at the navigate sidebar, how you can do that. As you can see at the moment, it's set to display pages in alphabetical order. I don't want to put them in my own order, so again, you can use the Options button and Manage Site. Or if you want to use the little shortcut, there's an Edit Sidebar link you can use as well, and that will take you straight to editing the sidebar in Site Layout. To get Site Layout, you can use the Edit link, and this will change the navigation. You see at the moment it's set to automatically organise my navigation, so it will show 2 levels of navigation. This you can change if you want. But so I shall untick the box, and you see I now have the facility to add my own pages. The Add Page link, it lets you select a link, so I want the Contact Us page first, and have the About Us page, and I'll add the To Find Us page, but I'll make it appear like it's a sub-page of About Us. You can see arrows on the side to indent it. If you mistake, obviously you can indent it. In the wrong place, you can use the up and down arrows to select a different place. Happy? You click the OK button. You can also remove the sitemap if you don't want all the pages to be visible that way. Use the button and the Save Changes button. Once it's been saved, your site. You see now the site map, the navigation gadget is now in the order I want, and it even looks like I've got a page on there as well. A couple of new features added to Google Sites recently. One horizontal navigation, so the global footer. So I'll show you how to add both of those. Again, use more actions. Use the site. Again, go to layout. Once you get layout, use the Change Site Layout button. Click the box to add the horizontal navigation bar, and I'll click the box to add the footer. Okay. Add changes. Site. You won't see it at the moment. There's only the single home page being added to the horizontal navigation, and there's nothing being added to the footer. Back to your site using the More Actions button and Manage. Site layout, you can add content in the horizontal navigation bar. A very similar box to what you saw for the navigation gadget. So you can add pages. Again, I'll add the Contact Us page and the About Us page as well. And not only do you have the ability to add the pages, but again you have a style of how you'd like the horizontal navigation to appear. First of all, it uses boxes. I'll show you how that looks. Click OK. Changes button. Your site. So here you've got various boxes. When you click on the box, it takes you to the page. I highlight colour to show you which page you're on. I change this. This time we use the Edit Sidebar link, which is site layout. And you can use the Edit Content link again in the horizontal navigation bar. You can choose tabs. OK button. Changes have been saved. You can then return to site. Now they are tabs. Again, you have these colours, which I'll show you in a moment, so that you can make it quite a dramatic effect with the tabs. Again, we'll go back to site layout using the Edit Sidebar link. Edit the content in the horizontal navigation bar, and this will pick links. Use the button. Return to site. See, this time the home link there is, when it's highlighted, it's white text on a white background, so you can't see it. See how to change those colours. Get more actions and go to my site. This go to colours and fonts. Colours and fonts, and scroll through and to the bottom, and you'll find the horizontal navigation. I want to make the navigation text colour so other than white, and the selected text colour something other than white as well. And you can see preview what changes that makes underneath. Save Changes button. Once it's saved, return to site. Now they're working, so my highlighted colour is now red instead of it being white on a white background. look at in this how to edit the footer, the global footer for your site. Again, I'll go to the site layout section by using the edit sidebar link. This scroll further down the site layout manager, you'll find we've now got the footer section, and we can edit footer content. Use this link and this text box where you can add anything in that goes in this text area. So we'll set the text. Eagle.com into a link using the link button. With what you've got there, you might want to add to there links to a copyright notice or a policy. Save button. Again, that Save Changes button. Once the image, you can return to the site, and there you can see at the bottom the footer on every page. How to add images to your site. As you can see, this page is very bland at the moment, so we can split it a little with some images. And so the first way to add images is to use the edit page here and upload the image directly to the page. So use the edit page button. You can then go to it, and on the menu you'll find at the top is image. And you see that's showing you the uploaded images. We haven't uploaded any yet, so again we can use the browse button. Do you want to add? Again, I'll just add my logo for now, but this could be product images. As you can see now, the image is uploaded, and it should highlight colour around to show which one you've picked, because you can have other images uploaded and you can reuse them. Highlighted, click OK, and then the image gets added to the page. Underneath the image is the image options box, where it would change any options. And the first option is, as you can see there, it's made it a link to itself. So if anyone wants to click on this image, it would take them to just seeing that image by itself. You might want to change that. You might want to make it a link to another page. I'll make it a link to Steagle.com. Click OK. See there, it's now a link to Steagle.com. Change that and make that a link to an existing page, and choose image there. If you don't want it to be a link at all and just an image on the page, you can use remove, and that will remove the link from the image. Underneath that, you've got the alignment options. You can center the image using the C link, and that will put it onto right align, and again you can use L to put it back to left. I'll put right, and all you see here, we have the image and then the text starts underneath it. If you use the wrap feature and turn that on, using the on link, it wraps around the image stays on the right. If you wanted to get rid of the image, there's a remove link at the end there. Image position and wrapping, use the save button. You also feature in the image options box to change the size of the image in either small, medium, or large. If you want control over the size of your image, then you need to edit it elsewhere, and we'll probably cover later in the questions. Use the button, and as you can see, that's now available on the site for people to use and see. The way of adding images site, and let's use Picasso Web Albums. Picasso Web Albums is another service from Google that they've integrated into Google Sites. And allows you to upload multiple pictures. This is one of mine, the web albums of the red arrows at the Sunderland Air Show. You see I've got lots of images there I can choose from, so I'll show you how you can add these to your site. This is a gallery page. This could be a gallery of your products. I'm showing you web page, and there I've made it. This is the insert menu, and then this time use Picasso Photo. Because it's created and I'm signed into Picasso with the account that I've got for editing the website, I've got all my albums, view the photos, and so I want to add to the site. As you see, highlighted blue, and then you can use the select button. This gets added to the page. Again, you've got the options, so if you didn't want it to be a link to the Picasso web album, you can use remove, and then your alignment options, where you can center it, for instance. If you've got another image, again exactly the same, insert, Picasso photo, and again choose your album, let's do that again, insert Picasso photo, choose your album, again you can choose another picture. Gears, you'll have the same options before you can center it. Happy with all the images you've added, you can use the save button. You can see they're there ready for everyone to view. And add images is to use a slideshow to show all of your images conveniently in place. And this time, again, you need to go to your web album in Picasso web albums once it's uploaded, and we need to copy the link to the album. You see there it's given to you in the address bar. You can click on that and choose copy. Pop back up to the site. Again, use the page button. At the top of this page, insert, it's Picasso web slideshow. Paste into the box the link you just copied. You can choose what size you want to display your images. Choose whether to have it automatically placed when someone arrives on the page. And you can also give the box a title. If you don't want to title at all, you can untick it. Once you have those options, click on Save. And as you can see, because this is a gadget, it doesn't show you the content of the gadget straight away. It shows you a placeholder for the gadget. If you can placeholder, you can then have the same alignment options as you can for images. You can center it, for instance. And when you click Save to save the page, you see that the gadget starts to work and starts to display the slideshow. Finally, some gadgets now of how you can add gadgets to your site to make it more interactive and more informative for your customers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to my How to Find Us page, and I'm going to add in a Google map. The stage of this is to get yourself to Google Maps, maps.google.co.uk. There already. And the easiest way to find your business in Google Maps, it should have been registered with Google Places as part of the GBBO sign-up process. Find it, type your company name, which is Google London in this case I'm going to use, and then followed by the postcode. Put quote at the beginning and the end there, click on Maps. And that's a way to find just that one result, your business. And you see there, I've just got that one, I haven't got lists for anyone else. And the pop-up box come to give directions to search and etc. To then go to your site, you need to use the link tool at the top corner there. That link then gives you again an address you can copy for email or instant messaging. Copy that address, and then we'll go back over to the site. Are you page button? Go to on the page where you'd like to add the map, and use the insert menu. Insert menu, we have map. The world map there, you then paste in where it says paste your maps link, the link that you copied earlier. As you see, this map does provide a search facility, but because it's searching the whole world rather than just the UK, the shortcut that I've shown you by typing in your company name and postcode in quotes doesn't work here. So once you've pasted your link, use this button. This gives you the option, again, of having a border around it. I'll take the border off and the title off this time. You can change the height of the map, width of this blank, which means it will fill the page. Click on the button. You get the gadget placeholder there. Use the button, and this then is your map with a little pop-up bubble, so it offers options, etc. to your customers. Next, we'll have a look at it to add a form to your site. So you can get some customers to complete a form to send you some information, like a request or comments on the site. So this on the Contact Us page. Now this time we need to do this using Google Documents. You can see, because you signed in, you'll have Google Documents listed. Left, click on the Google Documents link, My Google Documents, and once you're there, you want to use the Create New button and Form. A brand new form to use, where you can add the title. With that, you can add a description. I think 2 sample questions. The first one's ready to edit. You can ask for someone's name. You can add text, e.g. first name, last name, and you can tick the box to make that a required question. Click on Done, and that's your question edited. Your question, just double click on, and then you can edit again. This is probably going to want their email address or number. Again, in this text, you can say why you want that. You can get back in touch. Again, you want to make that a required question. You want to get their comment or their question, so again you can use the Add Item button. This time we'll go for paragraph text. This gives a longer answer box, so they can type in a longer answer or question. We'll give this a little of comments or questions. We'll make it as well. And done. Once you're happy with the form, button in the top right corner, and allow you to start using the form and then be able to embed it on your site. Once it's saved, which it is now, go to your Contact Us page, and again use the Edit Page button. Again, Google have integrated Google Documents into Google Sites. It's very easy to add that form to your site. Use the Insert menu and then go to Spreadsheet Form. This automatically lists all of the forms. You can see there the one I've just made. So that one, use Select. Then you can title or a border. I'll remove these. Height, 600 is a good height. You may need to play with that just to fit your form in if you've added more questions. Width, I'm again going to wipe that out, so it's 100% to fill the whole page. Happy with these selections? Use the Save Page button. And the placeholder gadget. Again, if you click on that placeholder for the gadget, you can go back to properties if you want. You can center it, etc. But I've chosen to fill the page anyway, so it's going to be centered automatically. Once you're happy, use the Save button to save the page. And the form appears on the page automatically. Underneath the form, you'll find a link to your form. That's there for you as a site editor. The public can see that. That's there, so you can click on, go back and edit the form if you want to change any of the questions or you realise you made a mistake whilst typing. The final thing we'll have a look at is how to add a video to your website. Video to your website, again, it's been integrated with YouTube. So to add it, you need to obviously upload a video to YouTube first. A video here uploaded to YouTube just to show you how to use the Picasa web album integration. And again, from there is I just need to copy the link of that video. So we can click that from the browser's address bar. And again, go back to our site. I'll go to the gallery page and we'll add the video at the top of the page. So use the page button. At the top of the page. The menu. Go to the sub menu and choose YouTube. Here I paste in the URL that I copied previously from YouTube. Choose whether to have a border around it or not. And you can save changes button. As you get a placeholder for the gadget, center it. Use the save button for the page. And then the video is ready for you to play. That's the end of the presentation now, and so I'll pass you back over to Luke, where we can answer some questions.
Very much, Stephen. That was really interesting. I hope that helped you all. Now we'll take questions from people. So let's start off with this one from one of our users here, which is how can you remove the Google Sites logo? Sorry, the Getting British Business Online logo from your Google site.
The Get Business Online logo is a logo that's just placed as an image on the bottom of your page. So to get rid of that, you can very easily do that by just removing the image. So the Edit Page button on the Get Business Online logo. This is the image box. Use the Remove link. It removes the image. Click it's now gone. You'll find that it's been manually or automatically added to every page. So you just need to go to every page and edit it and just remove, just in the same way.
Thanks very much, Stephen. I hope that's helped. And the next question is, how can you get rid of or edit the sidebar?
Yeah, edit the sidebar. You can use the edit sidebar link, and that will immediately take you to. You can add. It's got its own gadgets in the sidebar. Once you've used the edit sidebar link, you get more sidebar elements. So you've got navigation. You can add AdSense, so you can generate some money from people visiting your site. A text box. You can add different site activity or a cam gadget. But if you sidebar completely, again, the change site layout button, and next sidebar. You see, if you have got it ticked, you can move it to the left or the right. If you don't want it at all, you can tick the sidebar. OK button. Then go to Changes, and as you return to site, the site's now gone, so there's more room for the middle content area, and people can still navigate around using the horizontal navigation.
Thank you very much, Stephen. And the next question is, how do you stop links changing colour when people click them?
Yeah, that's again done through More Actions and More Actions and Manage Site. and you go to Colours and Fonts under Site Appearance. As you see here, if you scroll down through the Site Appearance list, you've got Page Link Colour, and so what you do is you could set that to, as for the Page Visited link colour, set to the same colour. And when someone's visited the page, it won't show as a different colour. So if I click Save Changes, saved, I'll return to the site. What I'll add a link to my page so you can see. So I'll use the Get in Touch text there. I'll link to my Contact Us page. As you see, that's blue. That would have gone a different colour if I'd visited that page I have done. So if I click on that page now, on the Contact Us page, back to the home page, you see it's still blue. It hasn't changed colour. So that's how you get the links to the same colour.
Thank you, Stephen. And another interesting question we've had is, how can people tell how many visitors have been hitting their website?
Again, Google offer a great service for this, and the service is called Google Analytics, and this gives you a lot of information about how to see who's been visiting your site. I'll show you how to do that. If you go to google.com/analytics, if you've got an account, you can sign up for one. Obviously, I've got an account, so I can access that. Access Google Analytics. You can then add a new website profile. As you can see, I've got a few there already. Add some there. I can add a new website profile. Your website's public address. And click on this web property ID. You need to copy that to add to your site. With that, go back to site, use the button again, and go to Manage Site. This you go to the General under Site Settings section. Towards the middle of the page there. Tick the box next to Statistics. Paste in your web property ID that you were given. Changes. That will then automatically start tracking visitors to your site. I'll be site steegle.com so you can get an idea of what it would look like. As you can see there's the number of visits, and it gives you a whole wealth of information of how to see who's been at it and how they've accessed it.
Thank you very much, Stephen. And the next question, which several users have been asking, is when a visitor to their site hits a form, submits a form, what happens after that? Where does the information go? And that's it, right?
The actual form is a front end for a spreadsheet. So there's my form there. But if I go back to my Google Docs, we can see that the Google Docs has made a sheet for that. So if I open that spreadsheet, as you can see, the questions are listed across the top. Timestamp, it tells you when it happened, and that's the name, email address, or telephone number, questions or comments that we typed into get the form. The information goes. And if you want to get a notification when someone has used the form, you can use the share button, the little drop button there, and some notification rules. Box that says a user submits a form. That's an email saying a user has submitted the form. You can then provide a link to go to the spreadsheet to see what's been added. There's a more technical approach, and there's an article on my website, steagle.com, to tell you how to do this, and you can add what's called a Google Apps script. Now that's a lot more technical, but that will automatically email you the contents of their form as well as it going into the spreadsheet. But it's a bit technical to show that now, but there's another website showing you how to do that. If you go to steagle.com and just search for apps script, you'll find it there, and then you can add that to your form to get the emails directly to your inbox with the contents of the form.
Stephen, and the next question is, the next question says, I'm not appearing in search results. How can I change this?
As to the Get British Businesses online sign-up process, you're automatically added to the Google's lists of sites to look at, and also you signed up with Google Webmaster Tools. It lets you add a sitemap so Google can find your site easily and all the pages that's on it. As part of the search engine process, they make sure that they don't show websites that just appear and disappear clean in a few days, so it can take a while for your site to get indexed and appear in the search results. Sites can take up to 6 months to appear in the search results. This is normal and happens to all sites. The only real way to speed up this process is to get more sites of a similar interest to link to you, and as Google sees and other search engines see that you've got more links to your site, it will see that as a more important site and therefore index quicker.
That's a really good answer. Thank you, Stephen. And the next question is, how can a user do more complicated things with images? So obviously Google Sites let you specify small, medium, or large. Is there perhaps an app they can use to resize, crop, and make more complicated changes without losing image quality?
Again, Google offer another service called Picnic, where you edit images there. I'll quickly go to that now. That's at picnic.com, and as you can see there, you can use the Get Started Now button. You can sign in with your same account that you've used to edit your site, and that will actually also integrate with your Picasa web albums. So if you've got a picture in your Picasa web albums that you want to edit, you can do that, and it'll actually automatically re-upload that back to your Picasa web albums. I'm going to use a sample image for now. See, you've now got the image, and you've got various tools you can use. You can rotate the image, you can click, and that lets you choose what you want to top. And also, if you're happy once you've cut it, you can then resize that as well. So to make it slightly smaller, you can do. Once you've edited, you can then either back into your Picasa web album, or you can download it to your computer and then just upload it to your site, just as I showed earlier.
Thanks, Stephen. The next question asks, how can I add a shopping cart or an e-commerce element to my site? I'm going to answer this one really briefly. And the answer is that we're currently working with PayPal to integrate PayPal, a shopping cart system, with Getting British Business Online, and we're hoping to have that released within a few weeks' time, and that'll let you take payments via your site. And now I'll find a new question, and that question is, how can I embed a calendar to display bookings or available slots?
Again, Google Sites has been integrated with Google Calendar, so once you've made a Google Calendar, again you can see the link at the top left there to Calendar. You can make your own calendar and make a specific one for your website, so you can add events to it. I'll make a new page so we can show the calendar. So use the Create Page button. We'll call it Events Page. On the page, the Insert menu, and you can see under the Google section you've got Calendar. Again, automatically lists all the calendars that you've got available. You need to make sure you made your calendar public. I'm going to pick the UK public holidays. This is a public calendar that everyone can see. So click that, and I'll use the Select button. Again, some options. You can add another calendar, so if you want to have a couple of calendars, you can colour code them. I can change the colour of this calendar to red if I want. I can change the height, the width, not fill the page. You can have a month view, a week view, or an agenda view. I'll pick agenda in this instance. And there are various options to the users who visit to your site so they can see how it looks. Use the button, and once you do that, use the button for the page. And you can see there, I've got an agenda listing for the calendar. If we look for more, you can see the future events there. There'll be summertime, Halloween, Guy Fawkes Day, Remembrance Day. If you put it in the view, you can edit late summer holiday there. Obviously, you can have a week view as well. You can go back and edit the page, change any of these view settings. Use the edge button. Click on the Get Properties link in the Gadgets options box. Again, if you want it to always be in month view, you can select month, click on Save. Again, button to save the page. You see that's now automatically in month view as well.
Thanks for Stephen. A slightly more technical question now. A user asks that it is possible to use Flash on their Google site.
It is possible to use Flash on your Google site, but you have to use a special gadget that's been created by other users to do that. So the way you use it, you use the Edit Page button. Select what you want the Flash gadget to be. Use it. And mods. And you can do there for Flash. And there's Flash gadgets available. You can choose one, and then that's you to provide the link to your Flash.
Thanks very much, Stephen. And we've got time for one more question, and that question is, can I change the logo in the address bar?
Look in the address bar, this orange one here, this is called the fav icon. So to change this is possible. You just need to get your own fav icon, and you can then upload that to your site. If you go do a search, you'll find and put fav icon generator in, you'll find all kinds of different online tools that can do that for you already. So I'll show you once it's been created how to upload it to your site. Options button and manage site. Once you're the site manager, this time you want to go to the attachment section. What you want to do is you want to upload, so use the upload button and use the browse button to find where you've got your fav icon saved. The fav icon is a .ico file. On one and click on open. It's going to open that to the top level. It's got to go to the top level, as it won't work. And on upload. You see it uploaded now. There it is. And again, it's completely automatic. If you return to site, and you now in the address bar, that's now changed to the S instead of the orange Google Sites logo.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Stephen. Now, it's worth telling you that the video of this presentation will be available on the Gibbo website, gbbo.co.uk, next week. And you should also visit the Getting British Business Online help section to read the latest FAQs. And Stephen also runs an excellent website that provides support, so I'm going to pass back over to him for a moment so that he can tell you all about that.
You can website at steagle.com. I'll just show that now. And on there you'll find various different sections where you can find help to use your Google site. If you have a look at the Google Sites help section there, you'll find that there's a link. You'll find the Google how-tos, the Google Sites help frequently asked questions page, which helps answer some of the most frequently asked questions. And you can see there's lots of questions there which gets asked quite often. And also the Google Sites how-tos, which is various how-tos on how to do different things, quite technical, some quite simple. You can search for them there. You can chat with me if I'm available. You can have a read of customer reviews. You can also subscribe to see when new how-tos become available. As you can see, the how-tos are listed underneath. So you can see, for instance, that one there is about how to make the email subscription box through FeedBurner. Some of them are technical, some of them are quite simple, but I hope you find them useful and help you to edit your Google website.
Great, thank you very much, Stephen. So that's it for now. A big thank you to Stephen for all his help. I don't think we can live without him. And the presentation will be available on gbbo.co.uk next week. So thanks very much and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks, bye.